There's no such thing as a quiet week when it comes to AS Roma. After an awkward fortnight, the Ranieri-Gasperini power struggle finally came to a head with victory for the Giallorossi head coach this week. But there is the risk of those off-the-field issues distracting Roma from the task at hand, namely trying to qualify for next season's Champions League. As for Bologna, after knocking the Giallorossi out of the Europa League in the spring, they will seek another win over their opponents this evening to hang on to 8th place. It is a national holiday that falls on a Saturday, la Festa della Liberazione. With Milan hosting Juventus tomorrow night, an opportunity for Roma to make up ground on the top four, provided they win this evening at Bologna. No mean feat, despite the fact that the Rossoblu have had a very underwhelming home record this season. Just 20 points from 16 matches in the league at the della, 8 defeats as well. In stark contrast to what they produced here last season. Wesley's charged it down. Was he caught by Lukumi? El Aynaoui picking up the pieces. Malen! Credit to the referee for playing the advantage, but above all, hats off to Daniel Malen for yet another goal. Roma bursting through the middle. El Aynaoui gets some praise as well, but put this man in a goal-scoring position, and he finds the net time and time again. Wesley picked the pocket as well, Mario. He looked like he'd miscontrolled there. Might have been caught by Lukumi, but Neil El Aynaoui latching onto the loose ball and then just slotting it into the feet of Daniel Malen. One touch out of his feet before placing it past Ravaglia. It's an early goal for Roma, and it now means that Malen has an astonishing tally of a dozen all told for Roma, 11 in Serie A. Ferguson with the free kick. Last touch was off a Bologna player, Hegem. But with service like that, they will have a chance tonight, Bologna. Pisilli. Wesley. Cristante. This is El Aynaoui away from Rowe. Pisilli with Wesley in support. Wesley, that's a corner, came off João Mario. João Mario. Orsolini. Kept quiet initially by Mario Hermoso. And that's gone into touch. Well, he's closing in on Super Mario. Dozen goals in 2013. He's already matched Il Pazzo, Gianpaolo Pazzini. And here's Malen again, lovely first touch. He's in once more, and he tried to be too cute. For once, he lacked a cutting edge, Daniel Malen. Once again, Wesley involved. This first touch as Lukumi tried to gamble. And it had been better served using the same finish as for the opening goal. Trying to bend it with his instep. Instead, he tried to dink it with the outside of his boot. Ravaglia relieved. Gasperini gutted. Route 1 from Ravaglia. Brought down by Castro. Orsolini, half a yard. Kicked behind by Svila. The best Bologna have produced, and it came from a very direct passage of play. Ravaglia going long. Castro bringing it down. And Orsolini stepped away from Endika temporarily. Cristante getting the better of Rowe. It is a national holiday in Italy, albeit you'd never know it, as it falls on a Saturday. It's La Liberazione, when Italy commemorates its resistance. Liberation from Nazi occupation. Malen round the corner. Bravaglia's come off his line. It was a smart decision. And because you occasionally lose national holidays in Italy, there is the culture of what's called the ponte. Actually, you bridge the gap between a national holiday and then what's a working day. So in another year, if the 25th of April were to fall on a Thursday, you get lots of Italians having the day off on the Thursday, taking the day off on the Friday, making it run into a long weekend. Endika's ball forward. João Mario heads it clear. Neat and tidy from Castro. Orsolini could have played it through for Freuler. Instead, he looks for Ferguson. Mario Hermoso won the 50-50. Wesley under pressure. It's a Roma ball. Joey Saputo. This is technically a North American matchup in the boardroom. Canada against the United States. They will be combining along with Mexico to host the World Cup. Mario Hermoso. Ferguson's won it back. Why has the referee stopped play there? Well, it's because it's a foul on a Roma player. Here's Pizzilli. Malen closing in again. Helland celebrates the block. Else it could have been two for the Giallorossi. Miranda gave it away once again. El Aynaoui on his toes. And Helland, to his credit, did well there to put a leg out, because Malen might have been playing that past Ravaglia. In by Miranda. Orsolini. Svila needs to watch it. Could have caught it. Instead, he decided to punch. Orsolini is capable on the volley. It's a lovely touch from Malen. Now Wesley. Malen racing away in the middle. Wesley. Malen will just about keep it in play. Still danger here. Malen. El Aynaoui. That's all about the assist. Malen scored the first. He's put the second on a plate for Neil El Aynaoui. And with what is surely the final kick of the first half, Roma go 2 goals clear at the della. It's the first ever goal in Serie A for the Morocco international, Neil El Aynaoui. Goal against Midtjylland early on this season. But from a Bologna corner, it's astonishing. Svila punched it clear. Celik helped it on. João Mario and Helland went for the same ball, and it looked like the danger dissipated there when Wesley overhit the cross with the outside of his boot. But Malen showed him how it's to be done. Poor defending from Bologna not to track El Aynaoui, but that cross is delicious. And El Aynaoui was licking his lips as he tucked it away. That's Gasp ball. Remo Freuler, of all people, just took his eye off his fellow number 8, and El Aynaoui. Thanks, Daniel Malen. So too to Roma, because if they qualify for Champions League this season, he'll have had a large say in how they've done it. At the break at the della, Bologna 0, Roma 2. So Miranda hasn't re-emerged for the second half. Nor has Castro. So we'll see how the shape changes, if it changes in fact. No out-and-out centre forward on the pitch for Bologna. Delenga injured, Castro withdrawn. So it might be a false 9, whether it's Orsolini, Odegaard or Rowe, we shall see. And Wrench has come on for Celik. Roma good value for their 2-goal lead after 45 minutes. As is so often the case in this sort of match situation, the next goal becomes all important. If Bologna get it, it's game on. If Roma score, it might be game over. Sole, Malen, rare errant touch from him. Orsolini, scythed down by Mario Hermoso. It's the first yellow card of the evening. Spaniard saying it was never a foul, but then again he pleaded his innocence in the first half. And it was proven to be wrong via the replay. He needs to stay calm here because only the captain can address the referee. First of all, Mario Hermoso took it up with the assistant. He did seem to take a bit of the ball there with his studs. Headed cleared by Lukumi. Odegaard flicks it on. This is Rowe. Good skill from Jonathan Rowe. Came off Wrench last corner. Bologna have taken it short. João Mario. Ferguson. João Mario. Easy for Roma to defend. Pisilli now. Just behind Wesley. That's why the attack lost some momentum. El Aynaoui. Pisilli. Cristante dispossessed by Odegaard, and Freuler's found Orsolini. Still Orsolini, took a detour, and the shot was always headed over. Good opening that for Bologna in transition. Odegaard pouncing on the dallying Cristante. Was just slightly off balance there in the end. Orsolini's Fila will say he had it covered. Freuler, Odegaard, who's been good since coming on. João Mario. Hegem. Freuler immediately under pressure from Cristante. Helland. Robinho Vaz on the way for Roma, getting some pointers from Gasperini before his introduction. Cleared long by Svila. Lukumi. Freuler away from Pisilli. Orsolini now. Odegaard, it's run here for Rowe. Freuler wants it in the middle. Jonathan Rowe going himself. It's a corner. Freuler quite rightly unhappy that the cross didn't come immediately. Ferguson with the corner. Mario Hermoso only as far as Orsolini, opening up the angle and smashing the crossbar. What a try from Orsolini, Bologna's top scorer. Did absolutely everything right. Just a few centimetres from being perfect. Orsolini again, that was a scare for Roma. The no-look pass doesn't come off, but Orsolini's won it back, and when he did so, Sortea had cinched straight offside. Couldn't have done much more there, Orsolini. Ball absolutely clattered the crossbar. Malen round the corner, nearly ran for Pisilli, he will get there. Wesley up with him, Robinho Vaz in the middle. Ravaglia cut out the cross. Knew that was the only danger. Rowe, sent flying by Ghilardi. Lewis Ferguson. Sortea taking on Wrench, who's been booked. Sortea. Ferguson delivers, De Silvestri round the back. Svilar clawed it away from him. Once of Lazio, Lorenzo De Silvestri. Rowe shown inside, Jonathan Rowe, too close to the goalkeeper. Odegaard finding space between the lines. Vaz is after him. Odegaard, Freuler, beaten to it by Ghilardi. Lukumi. Odegaard now. Still going here, Odegaard. Good work from Svilar. De Silvestri was set to tap that in otherwise. And here's Pisilli. Mile Svilar showing why it's so important to stay switched on as a goalkeeper. He's not had a great deal to do this evening, but he plunged towards his 6-yard line there. In by Sortea. Ferguson, away by Ghilardi. Freuler brings it down and hooks it into the middle. Svilar's gone wandering and gathers. Good goalkeeping. Roma inspired by Daniel Malen once again. They've come to the della, come away with a 2-0 win. A goal and an assist for the Dutchman. Both those goals came in the first half for the Giallorossi. They go away not only with maximum points, but a clean sheet as well. It's another home defeat for Bologna. It does mean that Roma are once again knocking on the door of the Champions League places, just 2 behind Juventus now, as it ends here at the della. Bologna 0, Roma 2.